I'll introduce you to Mr. Michael O'Neill.
Thank you.
Michael, a couple of defining images from that Hungary game. Kyle Lafferty taking off like Usain Bolt and the celebrations around the pitch, and your celebration, of course, it showed how much at that point meant. Now that you're in this position, how ready are this squad for the final push?
They're as ready as they were the last time we had them together, you know. The big thing for me is obviously getting through the weekend. Is always the challenge, I think, at this point in time. But you know, it's virtually the same squad. Their focus, not just in the last two games, but their focus in the Romania game, given the timing of that game, preparation, and right from the start of the campaign has been top drawer. So you know, it'll be the same again, and you know, I've no doubts that whatever team we put on the pitch, you know, Thursday night in the Greece game, they'll be ready to play.
How is Gareth McCauley?
I mean, it's early days yet. We hope that he'll be involved Saturday, obviously, for West Bromwich Albion. We're just liaising with their medical team, you know, our own medical team, and I'll get a chance to chat with Gareth himself later tonight. But obviously, you know, we're hoping that it's nothing serious and that he's going to be available.
What impact do you feel those striving to replace Kyle Lafferty have made in the past month?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously with the three bookings, we knew that Kyle isn't going to be available, so we've watched very closely myself, Jimmy Nicholl in particular, because three of the lads are playing in Scotland, the likes of Billy Mackay and Liam Boyce and Josh McGuinness, who are all playing very well and scoring, which is a good thing. We've watched Will Grigg, Damien Johnson has watched Will Grigg on a couple of occasions for me as well, so we watched the strikers very closely, but I don't think it's necessarily a case of just, you know, who's going to replace Kyle. I think there's other options. We could play with two up front, for example. We could change the system. So you know, those will all be driven by the personnel in terms of you know, getting through the weekend and making sure that we have as full a squad, or hopefully 100% of the squad that we've named. And as I say, we'll have options and we'll see the players when they come in. But it is good that the other lads are playing and that they are scoring and in good form.
Michael, in a recent government survey, it emerged that Northern Ireland is currently the happiest place to live in the UK. How much do you feel that you and your players are contributing towards that?
No, first I live in Scotland, so I'm in the wrong place then. So, yeah, I mean, I can't comment on that. You know, these are all things that I suppose are positives. You know, we saw a great atmosphere in the stadium in the Hungary game and in all the home games, and I thought the crowd were magnificent in terms of how they stayed with the team. And throughout the 90 minutes, and particularly after we lost the goal, because you know the nature of the goals is a difficult one for any team to lose, and you know, easy for the crowd maybe to turn at that point, but they didn't. I thought that, you know, they really stuck with the team, and then with 10 men, and just give us that energy to get what we got out of the game. So we'll expect the same again. We obviously have a bigger attendance in the game against Greece, so you know, we're looking forward to the game. The atmosphere, I'm sure, will be fantastic again.
Said this earlier in the week, that he's confident that Northern Ireland will be the European Championships. Are you?
Sorry, who said that?
Steve Davis said that.
Yeah.
Are you confident?
Yes, very confident.
Why?
Because we're sitting top of the group, and we have a home game against Greece. You know, we need to win one out of two games. If someone had given us that option 12 months ago, we would have, you know, snapped their hand off. We're at the very worst guaranteed of playoffs. So I think all round, you know, if we're not confident now, I think we're never going to be confident.
Michael, with an extra 1,500 tickets released, how much of a role do you think the 12th man is going to play on Thursday night?
Sorry.
How much of a role do you think the 12th man is going to play on Thursday night with the extra tickets released?
As I just touched on there, you know, the energy that the crowd gave us in the Hungary game, particularly, as I say, after Chris sending off, was enormous, and we'll need that again. You know, the passion, the noise. I think there was a great article written afterwards about, you know, very rarely do a football match be the crowd and the team seem so together for 90 minutes, and I think that was the case, and I think that's been the case throughout the campaign. So they have a huge role to play. We have to make an intimidating atmosphere for the Greeks also, but I think it's the backing that they give our own team, which has been really, you know, a huge help and a huge factor in this campaign.
Anyone else?
Just very quickly, just on the team itself, looking at your thoughts on who's been selected.
mean, it's the same squad that we've picked. Obviously, the 3 suspended players in there: Kyle, Conor McLaughlin, and Chris, who unfortunately aren't available for the Greece game. And you know, the 3 players that have played all 8 games. So you know, we're going to have to obviously change